Hello my darlings, buongiorno, welcome to a new vlog. We are here in beautiful Florence just for 2 days, just for the weekend. So we are going to pack in as much as possible and I'm going to bring you along to show you all the lovely things that we are getting up to. I started off this morning with a really nice swim. The pool here is absolutely gorgeous. Charlie booked us in to the Four Seasons. So we are in the city centre. We're about 15 minutes walk away from the Piazza del Duomo, which is the heart where everybody wants to visit. So an amazing location. The hotel also has really beautiful gardens and it's just absolutely lovely. So I can't wait to show you around a little bit more here. But today we have got a walking tour this morning, a 3-hour private walking tour around the city. So I can't wait to learn a lot about the history of Florence, of which there is a lot. But first we are going to have a lovely breakfast here and then we're going to head out and do some exploring. So let's go. Okay, it is only 9:15 in the morning and it's already so warm. I think we are going to be definitely having to stick to the shade in this morning walk. A few little beauty essentials for today. I did get nibbled a little bit last night. This is the Neal's Yard Remedies Citronella formula. I've only got a tiny bit left, but citronella is meant to be great for anti-bug. So I'm gonna mist myself with this, and I've definitely got loads of seeds in my teeth from that delicious breakfast. I love it when a hotel breakfast has mixed seeds and berries and things that you can add to your yogurt and avocado toast. That is my dream breakfast. I also brought with me, I don't know if I used up all of the ones in my handbag. Here we go. I brought with me these sachets from Ancient and Brave. This is the True Collagen, and I've also got the True Hydration one with me, and they're just really nifty little travel sizes. So something else which has been a major game changer for my travel kind of beauty routine is this. I saw a lot of people talking about Suri, which is a shortened version of Sustainable Rituals, and it's my new toothbrush, which is something that I get very excited about. My previous travel toothbrush, I had to change the battery pretty much every single time I traveled. So most of the time it wasn't even an electric toothbrush, it was just a regular toothbrush, and it was very clunky. And then my toothbrush at home, it's a great toothbrush, but it's a little bit overcomplicated. Like, there's so many apps on it that I quite honestly have never actually used, and it needs recharging, I would say once a week, which is just a little bit of a pain in the butt. And both of those problems are fixed with my Suri. So it looks like this. I went for the green color. Charlie has gone for the black color. What was actually the deal breaker for me is the fact that it comes with this travel case, and you can charge the travel case, as you can see here, by USB-C, which is the same as my phone, so you don't need to take another charger with you. And the best bit, because I'm a bit funny about germs when I'm traveling, it actually has a little button that you press here, and when you do, it illuminates inside the case with UVC light to actually clean your toothbrush, which I think is absolutely genius. So Suri wanted to minimize waste. They have created something which is designed to last. They will repair it for you. The heads are actually made from plant-based materials, so a lot better for the environment than plastic. And it's a very sleek design, but really substantial. Like, it's quite weighty. It feels more like a design product than a functional product. The bristles, and it's got like a little tongue cleaning groove section on the back, give a gentle but at the same time very powerful clean. So perfect for both at home and when you are on holiday. It's a really lightweight design, but it just feels really good quality, and I'm a bit of a stickler for things that look good and feel satisfying to hold. And these toothbrush heads will actually be recycled for free by Suri as well. When I'm at home, you get this little kind of magnetic sticker thing, and you can clip that onto your mirror, because it just makes it so easy. Say that's the mirror, you get this little magnetic thing, you zip it onto the mirror, it just sits there, so you don't get that little like kind of clacky, toothpastey area on the sink. So especially for Charlie, who's a bit of a neat freak, that is a mega important factor for him. Ding! I literally feel like that old school toothpaste advert where they have the like glinting shine coming off their teeth. It's just so effective, but without the overcomplication that you get with so many toothbrushes these days. I could just put this in the glass, but I love the fact that I can clean this every time I pop it in the case. So press the button and there we go. 40-day battery life as well, so I'm not worried about it running out of battery while we're here on holiday. And I do have a discount code, which is JOSI20, so that will get you a 20% off from your Suri toothbrush, and I'll leave a link to the toothbrushes and the discount code in the description box down below. This is the Eve L'Homme Kiss Mix lip balm, which is just really lovely for applying afterwards. And now we are ready to go. So I'm going to take my hair down. I did do heatless curls last night. I'm not sure how well they will have survived given that I've just been out for a quick swim. Pop on something a little bit cooler than my shirt and we're ready to go and explore Florence. Let's go. So we have walked about 15 minutes from our hotel. It's already getting toasty. It is 9:15 and we've come straight to the Duomo, which is probably the most iconic site in Florence. We've actually arrived via one of the back streets. So we're arriving to the back of the Duomo and they are currently undergoing a huge cleaning project. It has not been properly cleaned in nearly 1,000 years since it was started to be built, which was around the year 1200. It actually took nearly 600 years to build it, but you can see why, and it's also taking them a very, very long time to clean it. It is a beautiful marble building. You can see some sides of it have got this scaffolding on it, and we've seen the very dirty backside, and now we're going to head round and get the main iconic view from the front. Look at this detail. So the Duomo is built in a Gothic style, but not a particularly traditional Gothic style, in the white and the green marble, 500 feet along, 500 feet tall, and no other buildings in Florence are allowed to be built any higher than the top of the Duomo. So up here you might be able to see this little symbol, and if we zoom in a little bit you might be able to tell it's actually a little lamb, and the reason is that it was actually partially thanks to the wool traders that the finances were available to create the Duomo. And our guide was just saying that a lot of the wool that the traders sourced to get the money to build Duomo came from England, and of course our area, the Cotswolds, was the biggest wool production area in those days. So I like to think a little bit of the Cotswolds is here in the Duomo. Money from Cotswolds wool, Cotswolds sheep, helped to build this incredible structure. This is very quiet for the area around the Duomo. She was saying that the population of the city, the residents, there's around 350,000, so quite a small city, but Florence will get around 15 million visitors in a year, and every day around 20,000 people a day will arrive from cruise ships. So that's another reason why Sunday mornings are a great time. It's still pretty busy. Those beautiful bells we just heard, that was the 10 o'clock morning chime. They are the original bells. And this side of the Duomo was built relatively recently, and it only took, well, still about 400 years ago, and it only took 7 years to build this side as opposed to 600 years for the rest of it. And it's just incredible to think how many millions, if not billions, of people have walked around this square through different times in history. It's just absolutely mind-blowing when you really think about it. So this building opposite is called the Baptistry, and because you had to be Catholic to go into the Duomo, inside here you would get baptized. There's a full pool of water in here, and then when you were baptized the golden doors would open, and only then would you be allowed into the Duomo. So back in the 14th century, not many people were able to read, so this is actually a picture storytelling of the Old Testament, starting with Adam and Eve, and then Cain and Abel, Moses, I can't remember the rest of the story, but it's just incredible. The detail in these doors, wow.
In those times it was 24.
So a little fun mini fact for my fellow shopping loving viewers. So this is where the Duomo is, and then if we spin around, this is Via Roma, Street Rome, Rome Street, and then this is the shop Luisa. So you'll probably know the website Luisa Via Roma. Well, this is where it is, the store Luisa on Via Roma, right next to the Duomo.
This area I'm going to show you the medieval one with.
So just one street away from Duomo, this is the Via Roma here. Apparently, according to our tour guide, this is the Badiani and it is the best gelato in Florence. So naturally, we've got to give it a try. And there's a beautiful roof terrace up there. I'd love to know what restaurant that is. It looks absolutely beautiful. The selection here is incredible. They've got so many different ice cream flavors, regular pistachio, and then a creamy ice cream with a pistachio kind of sauce on it. You can get an affogato, which is an ice cream and a coffee. You can get a gelato shake. Oh my gosh, I think I'm going to be coming here at least 4 more times during our weekend in Florence.
And this is made with egg, you said? Egg cream. Egg, sugar, the vanilla.
Okay, there is no doubt in my mind that this is the best ice cream I have ever had. I've got the 2 different types of pistachio. It's melting like crazy. This is amazing. I would come back to Florence just for this ice cream. So tucked away here is a very old medieval square. This is the Donati Tower, and the Donati family were one of the ruling families of Florence, and this is where they would live. It's now luxury apartments. This used to be their door, and they used to have a ladder to get in and out, and in the evenings they would pull the ladder up for security. The kitchen would have been at the top, so in case of a fire it just would have burned upwards. And then across here, this is an example of medieval architecture where they paid taxes based on the footprint of the building. So what they did to make their homes bigger without paying more taxes is that they would build it out on these little kind of crutches that stick out from the side of the building. Often families would have towers next to each other and they would build little bridges in between, but again keeping it above ground level so that they could reduce their taxes. This building around here, this tower, is within a hotel, and at the very top there is a 2 Michelin star restaurant at the Hotel Brunelleschi? 2 Michelin star. Wow. We are now walking through the very old medieval side streets, and a lot of the buildings have got these archways as part of the architecture, and that is because the ground here is really soft, so a lot of the buildings would actually start to sink into the ground, and the architects at the time realized that archways could help to support the buildings so that they wouldn't sink into the ground. Our guide was also telling us how the architect who designed the Leaning Tower of Pisa, it's actually mostly unknown because no architect wanted to put their name to the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Obviously now he would be very, very famous, but he was mortified that his tower was not upright, so he decided to remain anonymous. So obviously Florence, Firenze, is the home of Gucci, and fun fact, well actually I'm going to get you guys to research this. So the founder of Gucci, he began his career as a porter, a baggage handler at a very famous London hotel. I will give 1,000,000 brownie points to anyone who knows which London hotel. And then obviously here in Florence is where Gucci was founded, and here we have got the Gucci Museum and Gucci Giardino, which is a lovely garden restaurant. Maybe we'll stop by here for a coffee a little bit later in this beautiful square. The history of this place is absolutely mind-blowing. This restaurant here is from 1865, which is relatively new in terms of Florence, but this restaurant is older than most parts of America. It's absolutely crazy. Our next spot that we're heading to is Punto Vecchio, which is the old bridge, the only surviving bridge in Florence after World War II, and it's been for many years a centre for jewellery stores. It was originally butchers and meat sellers, but in the heat it would get very smelly, and so the Medici family that were running Florence for many hundreds of years, they decided it was too smelly and it needed to be turned into a jewellery retail area instead. This is beautiful, look at this. So this is the bridge that used to be full of different butchers, and since around 1665 it is now full of different jewellers, and they make beautiful medallion style necklaces, rings, bracelets. But to get a store in here you have to be a jeweller. Sausage on the bridge!
I'm a bit tired.
So this is the Punto Vecchio, the bridge, and as you can see it's all the different jewellery stores. Wow.
I see what you mean about the coins.
Those are the reproductions, yes. That's a big one, but the actual...
So we've actually just finished our tour. We've said farewell to Chiara, and this is a lovely little terrace. We've just had a quick drink here at the Hotel Lugano. You can sneak down here, have a lovely drink, and get an amazing view of the river and the bridge. So we've finished our tour, and Charlie has spotted out this restaurant, 𝘞𝘠𝘢, and this is where we're going to have some lunch. Our lunch at 𝘞𝘠𝘢. It was very delicious, super authentic, fresh pasta. I could literally taste the freshness within it. It was very nice. And we are now walking back towards the hotel. We're on one of the newer bridges, probably only a couple of 100 years old, looking back on the Punto Vecchio. And we're walking back slightly via some of the shopping streets. Charlie forgot his hair gel, so we need to pick some of that up. I always like to walk around a little bit after having a big bowl of pasta as well. Stops me having that afternoon crash. It's such a gorgeous temperature, probably 36 or 37, so toasty, and I think we're going to spend the rest of the afternoon by the pool. We are back to the hotel. It's 3 o'clock, and I think we're going to spend the rest of the afternoon by the lovely pool. Poolside treats, affogato, ice cream and coffee. Just what the doctor ordered. Good evening, my darlings. It is about 7:30 and we're heading out for drinks and dinner now after a really lovely few hours down by the pool. I didn't film Get Ready With Me because my makeup routine has been the same every time I've done my makeup during this trip, but I popped on this sweet little dress. I've been filming, oh, there's a doggy en route. I've been filming daily outfits I've been sharing on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. I don't know whether I'm going to put them on Instagram yet. Oh. Sorry, I got distracted by a cute little doggy. Yes, I've been filming daily outfits for the holiday looks on TikTok and YouTube Shorts, but this is a cute little dress from And Other Stories, and I thought as we are in the home of Gucci, I would bring my Gucci Frenzy bag. Here's Lila, looking fabulous. Where's your dress from, Lila? It's lovely, nice colours. Very cute, and we're off for drinks and dinner at somewhere that Charlie has organised, so andiamo. This is the atrium at our hotel. It is so beautiful. Look at this. Wow. aperitivo in the bar of the Salotto Portinari, which is a beautiful hotel. This was the 15th century home of Dante's muse. Sorry, yeah, 15th century.
Yeah. It's older than our house. Most of our house.
Yeah. I've gone for a yuzu and wasabi cordial cocktail. Cheers, darlings.
Mine looks like it should come with an umbrella.
Cheers! Our pre-dinner snacks have arrived. We've got dinner somewhere just a few minutes walk away. But we've got vegetable samosas, deep fried squid, and what were these called, Di?
Crocantes, aren't they? Little crocantes.
I don't know, but they look lovely. Buongiorno, good morning. It is our second full day here in beautiful Florence. Firenze. Dove la stazione in Firenze?
Amazing. Best language.
Via Roma. It is such a beautiful language. We've actually decided to extend our stay in Florence by one more night. We are loving it so much. So we've got today and half of tomorrow as well. We have said farewell, arrivederci to Lala. She's gone back home now, and we have got...
It's always sad though, isn't it, when you have someone, particularly when it's your mum or a family member on a trip,
Yeah.
and you say goodbye to them, but
Yeah.
she's excited because she's going to go and see the boys.
It's sunny in the UK, Dexter and Dickens are there, the garden is in full bloom, so she'll be very, very happy. So we are going to do a spot of shopping this morning. It was actually a little bit cloudy and actually a little bit rainy first thing this morning, but
Now it's blue sky.
blue skies now. Oh, Charlie's swinging his sunglasses around. We're going to head back to 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅. They've got a cafe there. Charlie wants to pop into 𝑙oro-Piana,
Which is dangerous.
for the bank account. But every street that we're walking down is just so beautiful. We are heading back towards DUOMO.
I'll just show this for you, even though there's vans. and
Yeah, I'm
stuff
going
in
to
the way.
flip you around and show you what we're looking at. So this street here leads to DUOMO. And apologies if I said this already, but a fun fact about DUOMO. I said to Charlie and Lala this morning, what do Florence and Oman have in common? And it's that both cities do not allow any buildings to be built any taller than the highest spire of their church. So in Oman it is the Grand Mosque. No buildings are allowed to be built any higher than the top, what do they call them, spindle or something, on the top of the mosque. And in Florence, no buildings can be built any taller than the Duomo. Anyway, let's make our way there. Wow, wow, wow. We saw it yesterday, but this building is still just blowing my mind a little bit. It is so beautiful, so ginormous. This is the bell tower, might be chiming in a second. And this queue, which literally wraps all around the building, is to go into the Duomo and climb to the very top. Prada Milano, Prada Firenze. We are heading into Luisa via Roma. Gonna check out the cafe. I'm hoping they might have a nice iced matcha. Right, let's check it out. Oh, they might have some men's hair products going. This is a cute little cafe at the top of Luisa via Roma. I've asked for an iced matcha to take away. And then back through the sliding doors. And this, I think, is home and menswear. I just added some curls to my hair before we left the hotel, but it is so humid. Every trace of curl has already vanished, and we've only been outside for about 10 minutes. But this is my little dress for today. It's the Under the Stories number, and then I've got my Gucci Firenze and little Hermes sandals. I did find a very, very, very similar version of these for less than £20, so I will leave them linked down below. Oh my gosh, I can't believe my hair. I'm just not going to bother for the rest of the trip. I'm just going to leave it au naturel. Colour, not the right size, but such a nice colour. So this is the Gucci Firenze flagship. It was the first ever Gucci store, the original. We've got women's wear, menswear, shoes, luggage. Gosh, is this a beach cover-up? Wow, or a dress. The horse bit detail. Lovely. Now I do like this lovely soft white hat. And on the same street in this medieval part of town, Loro Piana. Oh gosh, that is a beautiful set. Okay, let's go and have a look. So, time for lunch. Osteria della Tre Ponce, somewhere that Charlie has researched. It's within a hotel, famous for their truffle dishes. Let's see. So we are up on this lovely roof terrace. You can see lots of the iconic sights of Florence from up here. Got the Punto Vecchio bridge just there. Got the villa where Kim Kardashian got married just here. And then we've got the museums, you can just see the top of them over here. Beautiful. Gosh, how gorgeous this place is. Such a little gem. You would never ever know this was here from the street. But look at all the flowers everywhere. And you really do have the most incredible views. On this side, you've got the very medieval tower. That's the Palazzo building that we went into yesterday. You've got the Duomo over here. Wow. Look at all these beautiful blooms. Gosh, this is so lovely. And all of the church bell towers all around. Stunning. So we decided to move table. As much as we adore the bridge view, we've come to sit around in this lovely little floral corner. Also, Charlie was in full sun on the other side, and I think it's about 40 degrees today. They've got these very powerful little fans, which they're pointing at the tables though, so very, very happy in this gorgeous little spot. How is it, darling?
Very good.
Very good. Truffly? Tutto bene.
Good balance of truffle.
Charlie's got the regular spaghetti with truffle, and I have gone for the creamy version. It's like that really thick ribbon pasta. It is absolutely sensational. Toasty up here, but worth it for the view and the truffle. We come back to Badiani because that ice cream yesterday was simply incredible, and I need to try something else. I think I might get the gelato shake this time, although that might make me very, very bloated ahead of sunbathing this afternoon, but I don't care. It's gonna be worth it. Just what the doctor ordered, a pistachio ice cream milkshake, and it is sensational. What is Hungry Man About Town snapping?
Maritozzo. It's actually from Rome.
Maritozzo?
Yeah.
It's like a brioche bun filled with cream. Didn't we have these in Sicily as well?
We did, but they did them with brioche and granita, so it wasn't quite the same.
Nice.
This is better, I think.
Good evening, my darlings. Buonasera. It's our final evening in Florence. We're heading out for dinner, and the last few hours it's actually been a little bit cloudy, which is typical because one of the reasons that we rearranged our last night in Florence and cutting off a day in Como was to avoid storms in Como, and it looks like the storms came here instead. But never mind, it's given us lots of extra time to explore Florence. So we're heading out for dinner now, another restaurant that Charlie has researched, and now the clouds have gone. It's a beautiful evening, so I'm hoping as well we might be able to go up to the Piazza del Michelangelo to see the sunset. Fingers crossed. It depends on how long we are at dinner. Outfit of the evening, let me actually show you in this mirror here. I think I was wearing this top at the beginning of the vlog, wasn't I, for the walking tour. It's from And Other Stories, and then this is also from And Other Stories, this skirt. It's got this really nice detail down at the bottom. Perfect for an evening like this, nice and breezy. And these coin necklaces from Monica Vinader just feel very appropriate for where we are because they were inspired by Italian coins. I've got my little pearly, is that a bruise? Oh, got my little pearly bracelets on, also from Monica Vinader, and then usual bits and bobs. So this is the outfit of the evening. I haven't really shown you our room. Here it is. It's a lovely room. This hotel has some insanely amazing rooms with like all painted ceilings. We didn't need that, and we didn't want to pay the huge amount extra that those kinds of rooms are, but we have absolutely loved our time here. I have to say that the service that we have been receiving from the staff at the Four Seasons has been amazing. We've used the concierge quite a lot to get restaurant reservations, and everyone here has been really, really wonderful. So we'll definitely be back. But for now, it's time to head out for our final evening in Florence. Well, how beautiful is this? We found a roof terrace. The bar is called The View on Art, and it's a cute little spot with the most incredible view of the Duomo, of the tower. in fact, of the whole of Florence. The hills over in the background, the sunset over here, and the bar itself is really simple and just, you're here for the view. Gorgeous. So Charlie has found us a great little, very local, authentic spot. 𝑭𝒂𝒕. Okay, and what are you in the mood for?
Well, I'm going to ask him whatever. I know something that's super popular in Florence is pappardelle with wild boar.
Ooh.
Which is this one. So fresh pasta with like a wild boar ragu.
Nice.
I mean, the other one that sounds nice is one with wild fennel.
Ooh, yummy.
Fettuccine. So there's a lot of lovely pasta, and then obviously we're going to have a meat course as well.
Are we?
I am.
Alright. Sounds good. Beef steak. Starting off with a bruschetta and some, what's the ham called? Parma. Prosciutto. Bruschetta e prosciutto. Is it good?
I feel like if someone says no to Parmesan cheese, check their pulse.
So we ordered for me the beef steak for one, and it is literally the biggest steak I have ever seen in my entire life. Good job Charlie didn't order one as well, because we are definitely going to be sharing. Oh my goodness. Wow. Buonasera. Good evening. It is 9:05. This is the dream, to be taking off my makeup and going to bed at 9:05. Not very Italian of us, but we ended up actually going to our dinner reservation an hour early. It was incredible. The service was amazing. It was so fast that we were in and out in an hour. It didn't feel rushed at all. My steak that I ordered was the size of a basketball. It was ridiculous. Charlie obviously had about a third, if not half of it. Luckily he only ordered meatballs. If we'd been at home, Dexter and Dickens would have been very lucky boys this evening. I just want to give another shout out to the concierge at the Four Seasons. I basically have always dreamt of visiting 𝑃𝒆. Not always dreamt, it's only like a 3-year-old hotel, but I've really wanted to visit 𝑃𝒆 on Lake Como. Tried to book it, but to stay there it was fully booked. So I tried to book a lunch there, fully booked, dinner there, fully booked. And I was gutted because you can't just stroll into these places. Maybe you can, but I don't want to get booted out. And I was a bit gutted that we hadn't managed to get a booking. So just on the off chance, walking past the concierge, coming back into our room just now, we've spoken to Giuseppe, the concierge here, quite a lot. He's really helped us out with bookings here in Florence. So many little things they've managed to sort for us. And I just said to him walking by any chance do you have a contact at 𝑃𝒆? And he said, oh, I used to know someone, what do you want? So he said, ideally lunch on the 25th, but I know it's so unlikely, it's a Friday, blah, blah, blah. 30 seconds or so later, we get back to our room, the phone just rang, and it's Giuseppe saying he's managed to sort the table. How? They must just know each other all on WhatsApp, like all the concierges of the hotels, and just kind of do each other favors. But I'm seriously impressed. If you ever need a reservation and you're staying in a lovely hotel, ask the concierge because they are amazing. So I'm gonna end the vlog here because next, tomorrow morning, well, midday, we are getting the train. It's 3.5 hours in total, about 2 hours to Milan from Florence, Santa Maria Novella into Milan, and then we have a 40-minute train to Como San Giovanni, and then we have a 50-minute taxi to our hotel in Lake Como. So it's going to be quite a long day of traveling tomorrow, but it's fine. It'll be worth it when we get there, and then we're in Como for 5 days. So the next part of our adventure is looming. Evening skincare wise, obviously I think I've bought like 20 face halos with me on this trip because I use at least one every single day. And then I'll be using, what cleanser will I use? My Eve Lom cleansing balm, which I love. And then I use the L'Occitane Immortelle essential water, which is like a super hydrating treatment slash toner. Then I'll use my Eve Lom hydrating serum with a couple of drops of the Lancaster tan drops in there, just to keep my face as tanned as my body. And then about 10 minutes later, after I've brushed my teeth with my Suri. Did I tell you, by the way, it's aluminium and it's all recyclable, which is amazing. That mine is like this minty color. Charlie's is a really cool color as well. It's almost like a steel blue. This is Charlie's. Dun, dun, dun. And another thing that I find really cool, well, cool, I mean this is a toothbrush, but something that slightly bothered me about my old one was I had to pull it apart and then put it back together again every time it was in the travel case. Like I had to take the top off, and I didn't like grabbing the top of the toothbrush. Weird little thing, and it kind of magnetizes in. It's all just so satisfying. So Josie20 for 20% off your Suri toothbrush. And yeah, that is pretty much my full evening skincare routine. Yes, 10 minutes later I'll apply a nice thick moisturizer like Charlotte Tilbury, or my Allies of Skin peptide treatment. I love that. What else have I bought with me night cream wise? I've got the 𝑭𝒊𝒏 skin food. I've got a lot of skincare with me because we're away for like 3 weeks. This is the biggest summer holiday trip I think we've ever done. But anyway, I'm gonna end the vlog here. It's been so fun bringing you around Florence. I think what I will probably end up doing is having a blog post on our recommendations, so that everywhere that we visited, and kind of like a 48-hour itinerary will be on the blog. Hopefully that's useful. And my darlings, if you got to the end of the vlog, let's leave the word halo, the face halo, in the comment. And I can't wait to take you along to Lake Como. So I'll see you very soon in the next one.